Hi, I'm Aaron Springer, and I was storyboard director and writer.
Hello,
And
everybody.
this is
Frank Weiss, and I'm the animation director on this show. And let me say a big hello to my darling daughter, Naomi.
And I'm Carl Greenblatt, and I was storyboard artist and writer on this episode with Aaron. So here we go. Oh, we get to see the patchy part.
that's good.
Yeah, and that's Tom Kenny. He also does the voice of SpongeBob, all-around good, funny guy. Potty was always good. I think they got some good gags out of that cruddy little puppet. Good mouth sync.
Well, you know, overseas often has a problem with the English language. Is this actually somebody's house or apartment? Or
No, this was all shot on a set. And the nice thing is they actually did want it to look pretty much as cheap and cruddy as possible. It was very much intentional.
So the budget actually fit the idea.
Yeah, nice blue screen. Comedy.
That was a nice idea, the house sinking.
Yeah.
So they did this live action stuff because this was a special, right?
Yeah, and originally the whole point of this was that we wrote 3 endings, and then the kids called in and voted on which ending they wanted to see. So we had to produce.
See, there's my name.
3
Or they
full-
voted if they didn't want to see any of the endings.
Yeah, that was an option. But the kids didn't go for it. Kelpo. Fortified with vitamin.
This was an
Irons.
interesting show for me because it was my first SpongeBob show ever.
That is interesting.
A week before that, I was working on Hey Arnold.
Frank leads an exciting life.
Holy shrimp! Squidward! The sky had a baby from my cereal box! Squidward! Squidward, the sky had a baby!
That's not a baby. That's a giant anchor. Now go away.
Hey, SpongeBob, the sky had a baby!
I know. What do you
Proves
think we should name
SpongeBob
it?
and Pat are in sync together.
Why don't you two go climb its anchor rope? I'm sure it goes somewhere far away. Now look what you've done.
We didn't do it, Squidward. Our hands are clean.
Clean.
Well, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this thing.
Wouldn't that be the top?
That's good.
Squid, wait!
A few inches later.
French narrator, like Jacques Cousteau style.
It actually took me about half a season to figure out that that's what the gag was.
Oh, really?
Yes, it
And the
was
beauty
Jacques
is, like, I
Cousteau.
don't think any kids in the world know who Jacques Cousteau is. But for those who didn't, he's a very famous French oceanographer. Steve was very inspired by him. So that's why the narrator is always speaking in French. Again, Tom Kenny, voice of SpongeBob and Patchy, doing that. DX Glow. How much do you love doing DX Glows, Frank?
DX glows. It's a staple of
It-
the animation director.
DX stands for double exposure, and that's what gives that sort of green glow around things. We mark that in the storyboards, and then Frank marks that in all the X sheets. So everything that glows has to be marked. Makes his life fun.
I know who owns this boat. I just can't place the name.
They usually didn't want us to do too many word gags because they hate words. Wow. He's still holding the mouth shape, which is nice.
Squidward, this ship belongs to the Red Baron.
I like that joke.
Flying Dutchman in his own lair.
It's Squidward. He wants to complain to you.
And the see-through effect on the Dutchman is also a DX effect.
It is.
About him having a dirty ship.
We expose it half the amount.
I think we were watching a lot of Get a Life while we were working on this.
We were because we were big fans of Brian Doyle Murray, who did the voice of the Dutchman.
Dirty, not his ship.
There was one episode of Get a Life,
There's-
spewy.
I've been doing a lot of those farmer's blows lately. My allergies have been acting up.
Yeah, that was pure Aaron.
This has always struck me as a particularly disturbing show.
Oh, it's very disturbing.
Yeah.
Yep, which makes it perfect to be a cartoon.
Welcome back.
Hey, how come when they act up, all they get is the welcome wagon? If you ask me, it's...
Good old uppity Squidward.
I just noticed that Squidward is dressed like the old Porky Pig.
Is he?
He's only wearing a shirt
Yeah.
and no pants.
That's because Squidward actually only has
Check your
3
old
legs.
Check your old cartoons, kids.
Now listen.
Here's the Ghost rulebook.
Yes.
And the Flying Dutchman's ship, uninvited or otherwise, shall become members of his ghostly crew
Exposition.
forever. And, ever.
Will we be getting business cards?
You're part of my crew now, and our job is to sail around and frighten people. It'll be
Sarcastic characters are the most fun.
Yeah, this joke right here.
like daytime television.
Good little jab
Yeah.
at TV.
If you think I'm gonna spend
This part's
Love
good.
jab.
Yeah.
this dumpster,
When he throws Squidward into this vortex of oh god, when he throws Squidward into that like vortex of sickness, that was pure Zeus. I think Zeus got to do the whole pan for that.
Yeah.
Zeus servas.
what is this, some kind of magic act?
Here, this part. Ah, look at it. That's awesome.
What anyone
It's a little bit like what walking over to the kitchen at Nickelodeon was like.
You know our place now, Mr. Dutchman?
We'll do anything you say. Then, for starters, you can swab the deck.
Look, Patrick, a real live
And you'll notice that the
I got this.
mop and the pail also have a DX glow because they belong to the Flying Dutchman.
For a little haunting.
That's called art direction.
To look good and scary.
You mean you want it to look good and
This is some nice Aaron banter.
You could probably
No. I think he means he wants it to look so good that it's scary.
or maybe that by looking so scary you forget that it doesn't look good.
I don't get it.
Look, it's easy. It simply means that
Never mind what it means.
This part right here,
I just want it to look scary.
where he talks about
You know, mold growing on the sea.
yeah, the mold and the flies. There's a story to that. Basically, Paul Tibbet, we'd go over to his house occasionally after work, play some video games. And one time I'm standing in the bathroom, I look up, and it was sort of like it was just mold on the ceiling and flies in the sink. So we put it in the board. This gag's good. Went on for a really long time, which made it work well.
This is the episode with I'll buff out the scratches, right?
Uh-huh.
Since pink ones work in the navigation,
I think this is the part I was doing cleanup on. That's why things look wonky. It's my fault.
here, use this spyglass. Now hurry up! We're burning moonlight.
let's see who we can find.
Is that like a spin the bottle reference?
It's just the old gag of he doesn't use it right. And that guy actually made a reappearance later in the episode. I don't know what it was called, but it was the one where Mr. Krabs and Plankton have like a big sort of fight in an arena, and then that guy carries Patrick out on his back.
I like his plaid.
Keep going. You're good. You're good. You're good.
This became we used that gag over and over in the show.
Don't worry, Captain. We'll buff out those scratches.
All right, never mind it. Just jump out.
He's another guy who just randomly changes size pretty much however we need him. That's the beauty of him being a ghost. Sometimes he's huge, sometimes he's small.
To be burdened with the haunting
Again, weird mouth shapes drawn by me.
pirates.
Was that the signal? Okay, sorry. Just do it again.
With the haunting memory of my ghostly
This is a pure Carl part.
Although, this gag right here, this was pure Steve. For some reason, this was something like Nick Jennings, the art director, did, and they thought this was the funniest thing in the entire world, so we had to put it into the board.
Get back on.
We were happy to oblige.
I'm very happy to oblige, because it was the funniest thing in the entire world, and it made that scene work so well.
Yes, but they're my dorks.
I'm fired, aren't I? More DX and effects work. That's good. He just ate a burrito.
Lots of fire underwater.
Yeah, something that we never really addressed. I think that it was actually addressed in one of the episodes.
Hey, it's
Larry the Lobster.
Larry the Lobster.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
This part's good.
Oh yeah, member.
Yep.
Why do you think the Dutchman asked us to wait in our bunk room?
Maybe he's gonna give us a reward.
Like movie passes?
Or an oversized coffee mug.
Both of those were gifts that were given to us as Nickelodeon employees. We got movie passes and coffee mugs.
Just a few of the premiums.
yes. There was also the Book of Wisdom by Children.
Yeah.
That was that warmed the cockles of my heart, I have to say.
Warmed the cockles of my box of things I brought to the Goodwill.
Yeah. Instead of pay, here's a mug.
What is it?
Let's leave.
You guys want a free sandwich? Enjoy.
The only way out is through the perfume department.
Those are all employees of SpongeBob.
And this was filmed at the Sears.
No, at the
in
Macy's.
At the Macy's.
At the Burbank Mall Macy's.
in the media center across the 5 freeway from Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
Parking is free.
Yes. This has always been sort of a, how do you call it, like a horror of mine, but somehow going through the perfume department was just, I don't know, maybe it's an issue I have. Maybe I need therapy for that. But I'm glad we got to work it in.
Dear diary, I've told them I'm going to eat them tomorrow. I made up some of that brown sauce my cousin showed me just for the occasion.
Like that he records his diary on an old tape recorder.
And it's a perfect excuse for more exposition.
Yeah. And this was straight in the outline. When we got to this, like, all right, sure, okay, his sock, why not? Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder how I'd survive if anything should ever happen to me.
And he only has one sock because he has a tail.
There's a part right there he goes, ah! And that's one of my favorite lines in the entire episode.
Everyone knows I can't eat without it.
Never.
Okay.
Here we go with the nose blast again. Nice. Can't burn the sock.
Oh, give it to me! No! Wait, you're stretching out the elastic!
It would seem we have reached an impasse.
I'm glad they didn't cut impasse.
Sometimes Pat is so smart.
Pat's like an idiot savant.
Yes.
Yeah. He gets angered really easily. He's kind of lazy. Occasionally something will slip out of his mouth that seems right, but for the most part, he'll just, kind of lie around.
Wow, 3 wishes, Pat. Isn't that great?
Wishes? I wish we had known that earlier.
Okay, you got 2 wishes left.
That's a good gag. Whoa.
We still have 2
Let
more.
this be a lesson to all of you out there who get the chance to have 3 wishes. Be
Yeah.
careful what you say.
Meatballs! I'm glad they did the meatballs.
Boy, I'm glad all that's
You put that stuff in the storyboard and sometimes you think it's not going to happen, but it does.
So is the,
It's like a
is the
gift.
implication here that if he was not wished for, his adventure would have been over for Squidward?
Yes, he would have been home safe and sound.
Okay.
One.
Well, then the last one you owe me because you got me back into this mess.
Wait, I think it belongs to me
Well,
because
that's
I
not
didn't
right,
really
because
get
those-
around.
And this is the part where we had to figure out the 3 endings. We kind of figured SpongeBob might win because it is his show, but Squidward's ending was actually my favorite.
I shall decide who gets the last wish.
How do you remember all this?
Meeny, miny, mo, catch a sailor by the
'Cause I
throat,
have no
if you
life.
don't let him go. My mother told me to pick the very best one, and you are it.
I think, SpongeBob,
Yeah, that's where each one cut was on where the finger came in.
for to make it so we don't get eaten.
Don't worry, Squidward. I've got it all figured out. He won't be able to eat us because I wish that the Dutchman was a vegetarian.
This part at the end, when it pulls back into that VW bug.
Yeah.
Do you remember, Aaron, that originally we wanted that to be like reggae music?
Wait, didn't they use the rate?
Did they use-
I don't know. I guess not.
Hey, I get a wish too. Fruit prevents scurvy.
Scurvy jokes.
Yeah. If you kids don't know what scurvy is, it's something that you get when you have a vitamin C deficiency.
Which is why English people are called limeys, because they ate limes on the ships so they wouldn't get rickets.
See, this was educational
The
after all.
end.
Oh wait, no, it's not over yet.
Girls enjoyed the show because it's time for you to walk the plank.
See, Tom was a real trooper when we shot this show because, oh look, his patch switched eyes. See,
That's why he's a trooper, huh?
No, I was gonna say because, you know, he's missing a leg at the bottom, so he had to hop around the whole time.
Blow milk out your nose, cause we're gonna open a letter. The envelope, please, Potty. Thank you, my fine feathered assistant.
Fire on the set.
Don't try this at home, kids.
Hey, Potty, you smell something? Darn, Potty! That news in your head! I told you we're not doing that stunt! I didn't get the memo!
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye-bye.